Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Georgie, so happy to have you here. Welcome to Wellmas, your wellbeing advent calendar full of tricks and techniques to help get you through the festive period. Today is day 3 and we're going to talk about essential oils. Now, essential oils have had a bit of a rough ride in the skeptic world, and feel free to be a skeptic. At the very least, at their worst, they're something that's going to smell nice, and smelling nice things can help you feel better and put you in a good mood. I mean, what's the worst that they can do? So aromatherapy has been used for hundreds of years to try to treat people mentally and physically and emotionally for all-round well-being. Some people even say it goes back thousands of years, some of the ancient civilizations. But how do essential oils actually work? Well, they work by stimulating what is known as the limbic system. So the limbic system is the part of the brain that deals with emotional and behavioural responses. So it's kind of programming and working with that section of the brain to produce certain results. Now, you do get all kind of wild claims about essential oils, but if at the very least they just, help you calm down, or they help you feel better, by putting you in a good mood, what's the harm? One thing I will say about essential oils is obviously you do want to get a good quality one. You don't want to get a cheap one, a chemical one, a synthetic one, because you will be in some cases breathing this in, or you will in some cases be putting this on your body. And obviously you don't want to be trying to do something to improve your well-being, but actually be putting harmful things into the body as a result, and therefore making yourself feel worse than when you started. So just make sure you're getting a good quality essential oil. It doesn't have to be one of the most expensive ones, it doesn't have to be a designer brand. Just do a little bit of research before you buy. So let's have a quick look at some of the ways that you can use essential oils. So it is, unless you are putting them on a piece of tissue, never use them neat. So your essential oil will come in a bottle around this size, unless you kind of get like a wholesale size, but usually they're around this size, and they're incredibly strong and incredibly potent. So it's never pop them straight onto your skin, never pop them straight onto your nose if you're trying to get a whiff. Be very careful with them because you don't want to risk burning or damaging the skin. So in the same way that we use Wellmas oil when we're feeling sick, if you have a tissue or a piece of cloth and you want to pop a few drops of it neat on there and then hold it near your nose and just inhale the vapour, then that's absolutely fine. Other than that, don't use them in their neat form. So how can we dilute them? Well, the first way is with water. So I have a diffuser by my bed. We also have a diffuser in our lounge, and I also gave 2 diffusers to my sisters for Christmas. I'm a huge fan of a diffuser. So if you're not sure what a diffuser is, it is essentially a small device that you put water and some essential oils in, and then it stimulates the water. That produces steam, and the steam then dissipates through the room and emits a beautiful smell. Obviously, another way is for steaming. So again, in the same way that we're cold, if we have a cold, we might use Wellmas oil in a bowl of hot water, pop a towel over the top, then inhale the vapour to help break down the mucus. You can also use different essential oils for a similar effect. So some of them are really good for the skin because they're naturally antibacterial. So if you have like skin problems with like acne or breakouts, you may want to do a facial steam with some of the essential oils that are good for the skin. If you're putting it in the bath, to mix it with oil, but we'll talk. Another way some people use essential oils with water, and it's not really a well-being thing, it's more of a sustainability thing, is some people will mix the water in a spray bottle and use them to help scent a room. Some people will mix them with some vinegar and some distilled water to help make cleaning sprays. So there's all different sorts of uses. It's not just for smelling, it's not just for a single purpose. If you like, you can get ones which will have a multi-purpose. So Another common way of using your essential oil is if you want to pop it on your skin, or you want it to come into contact with your skin, is by mixing it with what's called a carrier oil. So carrier oils can include fractionated coconut oil, jojoba oil, almond oil, wheat germ oil. I currently am I made my own using baby oil. So I've made like a body spray out of baby oil and a few drops. So another way that we can use essential oils is when we're mixing them with an oil, with a carrier oil, is rollerballs. This is probably one of the most common ways that essential oils, in terms of essential oils for aromatherapy, is used. As well as a diffuser for infusing the whole house, this is a great way of just applying it. So you're applying it to what you call some pulse points, so the wrists and the back of the ears. The skin is quite thin, so it gets absorbed quite quickly into the system, but also they're areas that you will use quite often, and you move your arms around, so you'll get like the waft of the scent releasing, and obviously it's tucked just behind your ear, so it's quite close to your nose, so you'll get the scent that way. I use, when I'm making my own, I'll probably use the same amount of essential oil in here as I would in here, but obviously the volume is very different. So this is a much milder scent, a lot less intense, whereas this is a very intense fragrance, which is what we want for a rollerball. And I'll probably put the same amount into a diffuser as well. So again, it's just that even more subtle fragrance because you're mixing it with all of that water. So that's a few ways of using essential oils, mixing with carrier oils, mixing them with water, mixing them with vinegar to make a cleaning product. Obviously, you can use them in candle making, you can use them to make body balms and body butters. Just make sure you do your research, just to make sure that, and you use a recipe so that you make sure that you're not potentially risking damaging the skin when you apply it by overusing the amount of essential oil that you do use. So let's have a quick chat about some of the different essential oils that are available and their uses. So if we look for relaxation first, then you've got lavender. So lavender is obviously the most commonly used one. It's great for just promoting a relaxed state. It's also great for sleep. So that's why I find so many lavender based products for sleep mist, sleep pillows, sleep lotions, all of that thing will probably have lavender in. Then you've got ylang ylang, you've got bergamot, and you've also got chamomile. So chamomile, obviously we all know chamomile tea. Well, you can also get chamomile essential oil, and again, very good for calming and relaxing the nervous system. If, however, you're looking for something a bit more energizing, then you've got peppermint oil, one of my favorites. You've also got bergamot, so it is a relaxing one, but it also can be quite uplifting. And then you've got the citrus fragrance, so whether that's lemon, that's lime, or sweet orange, another favorite. It is, oh, it's such a cheerful smell. I love it so much. And then you've got some people using essential oils for pain relief. There are obviously a million and one different uses for different essential oils. They come in all different categories, but if we just look at relaxing, uplifting, and then pain relief. So peppermint oil, great for headaches. It's well known for headaches. So that's a good one to have in your collection. So is lavender, because as well as being relaxing and helping with sleep, it also can have a mild sedative effect, which I found out when I harvested and worked with a load of lavender last year. I spent an hour like picking through the buds and felt a little spacey afterwards. So yeah, there's definitely a sedative effect with lavender, which can obviously just help our relationship with pain and discomfort. You've also got lemongrass, which is quite good for muscle pain, and then you have geranium, which is like neuropathic pain. So there we go. So if you're looking for some get started ones, I would probably go peppermint and lavender, possibly add in bergamot if they're maybe on a special offer, because they've just got multi-functional uses. Lastly, two of my favourite combinations that I probably use the most are a mix of peppermint oil, lavender and clary sage. So I've got uplifting, but I've also got relaxing, so I don't get overly uplifted and overexcited. And then clary sage is good for hormonal balance and emotion regulation. And then I've also got a rollerball, which I use to stimulate the vagus nerve. So the vagus nerve is it helps us with switching between the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system. So it is related to our on and off buttons, our go and our stop, and how we recover from stress and how quickly we're able to deal with stressful situations. So keeping that really healthy is really important. And I use clove and lime for that. Now, for me, I think it smells a little bit like chocolate limes. If anyone's ever had the sweets chocolate limes, love them, very nostalgic. And yeah, so I'll use 5 drops of clove to 12 drops of lime, because the clove is really overpowering. If you're interested in more, then obviously feel free to look around. There is a wealth of information out there on the internet about essential oils. And yeah, I'll see you for day 4.